Are you saying that you wear a tank top and nothing else?
Maybe.
Okay. Hello, you fucks. Welcome to John Solo's Beard Brigade. I'm John Solo. You are not. I want to make sure before we proceed. Lissa, can you hear me all right?
Yes.
Excellent. And I can hear you. It worked. There's one.
Yay.
One
Yay.
thing fixed. Look at that. So we are doing a very special episode today. I didn't get the time to put the whole thing up that I wanted to, but the fact is Melissa Gramling's name says razzle dazzle right on it. We have a bunch of stuff to make up. And my lovely wife Jody suggested that we do this in a different fashion because we want the Thursday thing to be regular. And I'm going to do my best to make that happen. Kind of like you eat a lot of fiber. But we also want to be able to occasionally, if one of us has to miss for this and that and the other, to do a special episode. And we're going to do it on a big day like this, and we're going to put them all together. So, for one, get a drink, chill, relax. You're going to enjoy yourself. Two, Lissa, can you tell everyone how much stuff we got to go through here?
Yeah,
Take
you
a big
said get a
drink.
drink, so
Yeah,
I
I
did.
saw that. I realized what I did after the fact. Jesus, God. And it has begun.
Yeah,
All right.
There's like maybe 47 missed audios that I have, not including what I've listened to. There's at least 4 of those, so there's like 51, 52 altogether, I think. There's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot, to say the least. My mute button started messing up there for a second, so that's lovely. But other than that, we should be good.
And before that,
All right.
I'm gonna call out Barbie.
Okay. Hi, Barbie.
Hi, Barbie. Yeah, I posted what we were doing last
Okay.
night,
Mhm.
and she suggested we should do the nighttime special in our pajamas. I kind of laughed at that. I'm like thinking, no, you don't want that to happen.
Well, it just depends on who's wearing the. I mean, I think you. What kind of pajamas do you wear, dude? I've never asked you before.
I wear a tank top
Okay,
and a
that's
pair
your
of
pajama.
shorts.
Nice. All right. So you're not. You haven't got anything like Jody bought me this pair of They look like scrubs. It's just a bottom pair of pajama pants because I won't wear a shirt. Sometimes I wear they look like scrubs, but they got a. I like the drawstring tie. I like that a lot. Are you saying that you wear a tank top and nothing else?
Maybe.
Okay, that's now we know, and knowing is it's so much more than half the battle,
It's
isn't
a
it?
little bit too much information to be had there, but okay.
I understand. All right. Mary Parks is wearing her pajamas right now. And Tracy doesn't wear anything. We know that for a fact. She just said it. So I'm going to prepare here to get us flipped over to start going through these audios. And I've got a lot going on my side because this is such a big episode. I've done my best to make sure there aren't any technical glitches, but if we're here for the long haul, folks. Just chill with us. Relax. Thanks for hanging, everybody. I missed y'all. So, the first catch of the day up here we have, and I need to make sure that I can actually see this when it happens. Let me make sure that it's working right. The first one of the day. Does that look right to you, Lissa?
Yes, it is.
Excellent. Look at that. We're on track.
I had to double check and make sure too. We got Wheels and Heels, stories from the Hen and the Hog, the Hen and Hog book one. Wow, by Jamie Sams, narrated by David B. Jones. Oh my gosh.
He does B. Jones. You got through it. You did good, right? You did good. I feel like I know Jamie Sams, and I do not. Do you know Jamie Sams? That name seems so familiar to
No,
me,
I
and
don't.
I feel like I should know that. Jamie Sams, if I know you, please reach out to me on Messenger or something and just let me know. I'm sorry, I feel like I do, but I don't remember where. That one came out on the 13th.
I don't know everybody, John.
It's not true. You're kind of a big deal. We've seen it. Really, you are, dude. I'm so shocked. Sometimes I get into. I have people message me. I talk to them. I'm like, yeah, and then Melissa Gramling. Do you know Melissa? And they're like, oh yeah, of course. Yeah, everybody knows one. You're very popular. Anyways,
But I don't know everybody.
well, not yet, but the day's not over. That was on the 13th. We're going to be working back there for a while. The next we had was
Unexpected Winter Sun Book 2 by Roe Horvat, narrated by you.
That's me. And this one took a little bit longer to come out than normal, but I'm stoked. I love Roe to Death. He's fantastic. By the way, do you guys
Actually,
know
no, it
that?
was quite quick.
Hmm? Well, no, not
Uh,
compared to when I. No, this has been sitting there for. Trace would know better than me. 45 days, 60 days, something like that. We went through Spoken Realms, which was a different distributor. We have to do that because Roe is out of the country and it's complicated with ACX with that. But we did it and it took a while, but finally went through, which is awesome. Do you
Okay.
remember? Do you remember when we did it? I don't. I think you were with me. I can't remember.
I was with it for a little bit,
Gotcha. But yeah, that
I
one also
think.
came out on the 13th, so it has been a little while, but it was a bit of a wait as well. I realize it's been 3 weeks since it came out, but please go buy the damn thing. It's awesome. Next, we had.
Plays The Broken Horn Ranch, okay, by R.M. Neal, narrated by Dylan Rockwell.
And that one came out on the 13th. Then we had.
Rough Road, Lake Loveless Book 2 by Vanessa North, narrated by Archie Montgomery.
And that was on the 13th as well. Then we had.
1 Week with His Stepbrother, a Daddy Tales book, Book 3 by Kellix, narrated by John York.
Nice. I love Calyx. I still have a project sitting there. The next we have is a special treat, and it's going to take me a second to flip this over, but every time I've tried this in the last few episodes, it's gone badly. So I put in extra effort just to make sure. We have a video from little Gary Furlong. I hope you all enjoy this. Sit back and relax.
Washed up floor of lip. Washed loop. Worst lap. Worst up floor of flart. Washed up form of fleece. Washed up former child splorp. Washed up former child star rhymes please. Flashed up former boop blop. Flip flop fleebit flirk. Flibbit fuck. Washed up former child star fleeing flogger jaboogie. Flipped up flibbity fuck. Washed up flarmer. Washed up flarmer. Worst up. Washed up floor. Washed up former child star Ryan Lee on Audible now by Lissa Henry and J.A. Rock, narrated by Garrity Floriklong.
I love you, Gary Furlong. If I was gay and you were gay and we weren't married, I'd put it in your butt. Next, we had.
Stealing the Show by Lucy Lennox, narrated by Michael Dean.
Little Chorizo at it again. That came out on the 14th. Then we had.
Out of Sync by Vanessa North, narrated by Curtis Michael Holland and Logan Stern.
And
Stearns.
There's two of them. That one came out on the 17th. Next, we
You
had.
kind of got me flustered with that comment.
I
you
don't
just made
know
for one
why
second.
you would
What?
possibly consider. Okay, yeah. You told me you slept in a tank top, dude. What are you fucking talking about here?
I was not expecting that.
I do not remember if I flipped over to the next book or not. I think I did.
You did. The Lonely Drop by Vanessa North, narrated by Biff Summers.
Biff is a great name. That was on the 17th of July as well. Maybe I should say that. Next, we had.
Summer Stock, also by Vanessa North and narrated by Biff Summers.
And that one was also on the 17th. Next, we had. This one was from our lovely Gary Fulmum. We had. There.
The Gods of. It's just regular. I didn't get anything. The Gods of Chaos and Chance, The Winds of Fortune, Book 1 by John Whitshire. Gary. No, now I'm getting
It's just like his video. It's great.
narrated by Gary Furlong.
And that one was also on the 17th. Then we had.
17th was a big day.
Yeah.
Wolf Blood, Outcast Pack Book 2 by T.J. Nichols, narrated by Casey McLeod.
And that one was on the 17th. Then we had.
Criminal Intentions, Season 1, Episode 10, Backdraft, Criminal Intentions, Book 10 by Cole McKay, narrated by Kurt Bonham.
Dude, that was such a if anybody caught the Talk to the Beard that was only like 15 or 20 minutes long yesterday, it was I was having so much fun. We had some technical glitches on the back end. It is what it is, but we're waiting on word now when Kurt can come back because he is a great guest and we were having a really good time. So
Yeah,
sorry
it
about
was
that.
a lot of fun.
I know. I know. Like I was
All of a
finally like,
sudden, his mic just dropped out.
I know, and there was no fixing it. We were a half hour later after the show was done, chatting back and forth, and he finally got back into VMix, and we were able to solve it. But it took some time, to say the least. But it is what it is. I want to let everybody know we're coming back. That's a great guest, and I'm kind of hoping by the end of the week. I'm just waiting on word. He was open to that concept. We're just trying to line up our calendars. The next we had, I don't know if I flipped over to this yet or not. Criminal Intentions. So the next is
Yeah, we
here we
just
go.
did that one. Okay. Game Changer, Vancouver Orcas, Book 2 by Amy Aislinn, narrated by Aaron Hokinson.
If you spit while you say it, it's better. That one came out on the 18th. Next we had
We had Stupid Cupid by Maeve Black, narrated by Javi Wilder and Aaron Shedlock.
and that one was on the 18th. Then we had, and this should be another audio clip. Let's see. Here we go.
Jason Richards is ridiculously in love with his friend and coworker Ahmed Kazemi. Unfortunately, Ahmed is a package deal. He has a boyfriend who, as far as Jason is concerned, needs to be launched into the sun. Then a mysterious carnival rolls into town, and Jason and Ahmed can't resist going, not even if Ahmed's boyfriend can be depended on to make everybody miserable. When Ahmed wins a strange prize from an even stranger carnival game, weird things start happening, and keep happening. Now, Ahmed and Jason are on a mission to get rid of the cursed prize, assuming they can find that game again. Step Right Up is part of the multi-author Carnival of Mysteries series. Each book stands alone, but each one includes at least one visit to Arante Ames' Carnival of Mysteries. This book contains some long overdue friends to lovers, a strangely insightful caricaturist, and a little magical realism. Written by L.A. Witt. Narrated by Michael Ferraiolo and John Solo.
I feel like I should be maybe saying narrated instead of narrated. Michael teaches me a lot of things, and he's a little bit more on. What do you think? Is it narrated or narrated?
I say narrated. Of course, I'm from the
too.
South, so
But
that's what I...
so two for you. Michael, hey, I can't say your last name, but you're fucking great. And Lori Witt, thank you so much for letting me do this. Ellie Witt's a wonderful gal, and it's been a long time. We actually saw her at GRL last year, though. It was wonderful. Thank you so much. The book's fantastic. I hope you guys like it. Next, we had, and I actually... Very rarely do I get the urge to like want to listen to a whole book of MM audio romance that I'm not recording myself. I have very little time. I want to read this. So here we go.
We'll be discussing this later.
Excellent. Here we go.
Can't Help Falling in Love with an Alien, Tentacle Tales Book 2 by Chloe Archer, narrated by Greg Boudreau/Tremblay.
Yeah, and I'm sure it's fantastic. Chloe, I love you.
It
Greg, you freaking talented bastard. I want to listen to this or read it.
Yeah,
I'm sure
you so need to.
I bet. Next, we had
Teacher of the Year, Teachers in Love Book 1 by M.A. Wardell, narrated by Kurt Graves.
Nice. That one came out on the 20th. Brooke, you asked why my booth looks different. It's because science. I don't know. No,
You were standing yesterday.
Well, I have the option to stand or sit now as far as videos go, and I'm standing while I'm recording, so I'm doing very short sessions so I don't get tired. But yeah, it works. But if I have this back, then I can do both, and it's better with the video because I can be in the right light, and then when I want to record, I can. It's wonderful. So, anyways, hey, guess what? I fiddled a little bit, but I think it looks pretty. What do you guys?
We know
do you like?
fiddle.
Do you like the old? I mean, what do you guys think? Do you like the old setup or the new camera angle? I mean, there's really nothing changed. I put a candle over here. That's about it. By the way, candles are awesome. Those things smell so good. Anyways, I don't know where we are. I don't know what book is up. Do I need to flip the book? I got distracted.
Yes, flip
All
the
right.
book.
The next one is...
Yeah. Outrun the Rain, the Storm Boy series, Book 1 by N.R. Walker, narrated by Glenn Lloyd.
That one came out on the 20th. The next we have perhaps our final audio clip of the day. We shall see. Here we go.
Hey, Ramblin, Lance West here. Very excited to share with you the newest release from Amy Bellow's Snuggled In, Burrowing Hearts Book 3. Snuggled In is low-angst romance with a cinnamon roll alpha, mpreg, and cute fox shifter kits. It's Book 3 in the Burrowing Hearts series, but it stands alone. I'm standing in an empty hall full of closed doors. Behind each one is an alpha I could bond with. I've never met any of them before. I don't know their names. All I know is that they're like me, a fox shifter without a family. Losing your parents is different when you're a fox shifter. Our family chooses our mates for us. When my dad's died, I thought I'd never get to have an alpha of my own. Then I found out about Snuggle Inn. It's a place that helps fox shifters like me find a mate. Their services aren't cheap, and there's no guarantee it will work. The bonding process of fox shifters is precarious, even in the best of circumstances. I hope I don't choose the wrong door.
I hope he doesn't choose the wrong door either. That sounds like it's a horrible thing. Lance, hey, man, I miss you. I love you. And Amy, hello. Thanks for sending that in, man. We really appreciate it. Next, we have...
The Elemental Ruins Circle the Square Book 2 by Sam Burns, narrated by Greg Boudreau / Tremblay.
Nice. And that one came out on the 20th as well. Next, we had...
What did we have? Okay, West on Granger. Yeah. Sandy Bottom Bay Book 2 by Casey Byrne, narrated by Darcy Stark.
Brooke, what's in your box? Next, we had...
Bro Split, More Than Friends Book 2 by K.M. Newhold, narrated by Nick J. Russo.
And that one was also on the... No, that one moved up to the 22nd. We're up to the 22nd, boys. 24th. Holy
Actually,
shit.
not. Yeah.
Yeah, we're up to the 24th now. I'm not sure. I lost my track there. I'm out of coffee, but it's all right. We're going to keep going. Next, we had...
Gray, excuse me, Sons of the Fallen Book 4 by Jacqueline Osborne, narrated by Nick J. Russo.
Little Nicky knocking it out of the park. Sorry, my mute button is acting a little funky, but that's all good with me. Next, we had...
Okay, The Weight We Carry, Love We Find Book 1 by Logan Meredith, narrated by Nathaniel Gray.
Nice. And that one came out on the 24th. Then we had...
Us, excuse me, Us, etc., yeah, by Kit Vincent, narrated by Michael Crouch.
And that one was the 25th. Next we had was...
I seem to have... Anyway,
Cum
Malum...
in your throat? Is that what you were saying? You had cum in your throat? That's what I was talking
That's
about.
something in my throat.
Well, Lissa was talking about your willy, and then I asked her about her box, and now you got cum in your throat. So, anyways, go ahead, please. I'm sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, it's okay because I can't even say this word anyway.
I was
Malum
looking forward to it.
Discordiae.
That's pretty good. That's better than I do on the first shot. Good job, dude. You should be a narrator. Ever consider that?
10 Bros Book 1 by Ashlyn Druitt.
It's not your fault.
Narrated
None of those
by-
words make sense except Ashlyn. It's not your fault.
Narrated by J.F. Harding. That I could get.
Nice. J.F. Harding, I've worked on quite a few books with, and I believe some are coming up in the future. That was on the 25th. Next, we had...
Eagle in the Hawthorne, The Rowan Harbor Cycle Book 7 by Sam Burns, narrated by Michael Fell.
And that one came out on the 25th. Tracy just made an interesting point. When we do a nighttime Ramblin' Gramblin', I suspect that some of the people in the crowd might, they might not be entirely sober. So if that happens and you're having fun and you're watching us like this, just have a sip every time we laugh, okay? The next we had was...
Yeah, I had to drink.
It's okay.
Loki and His Master. Okay. Demon Gods Book 1 by Reese Lawless, narrated by John York.
That one was on the 26th. Then we had
Dearly, what is that? Dearly in Vain Valentino, Dearly and the Departed Book 2 by LAK, narrated by Zachary Zaba.
Zaba. That one came out on the 26th. You get to say his name again. Here we go.
Finding Paradise by Jada Marks, also narrated by Zachary Zaba.
That was on the 27th. We're moving up to the 28th now. We're getting close.
Virgin Hearts, Plum Valley Cowboys Book 2 by Emmy Sanders, narrated by Blake Lockhart.
Blake, Drew, I miss you, buddy. Haven't seen you in a while. That was on the 28th. Next we have
Bite Me, I Love You by Vanessa North, narrated by Miles Knapp.
that one,
Okay.
Nap, I believe. And that one came out on the 28th. Then we had
What We Broke by Marley Valentine, narrated by Joe Arden and Teddy Hamilton. Okay. Can I keep going? Is that what you're saying? Okay. Cast in Shadows.
it worked. Look at that.
Shadows Lore, Book 1 by Alice Winters, narrated by Greg Boudreau / Tremblay.
Nice. That was on the 31st. Next we had
Once Upon a Sexy Scrooge by Ella Frank and Brooke Blaine, narrated by Aidan Snow.
And that was on the 1st. Yeah, Brooke, that's exactly what happened. I was trying to mute my microphone so I could cough. And I don't like to do that in people's ear. It's rude what I hear, but it didn't work the best. So, and I think I know the reason why. It's because I'm streaming video. It's a long story. But anyways, next we had
Navigating Noah, Sure Thing Book 2 by Jake. Sorry.
See, she muted her microphone. Look at that. She's got it fucking down. Sorry.
But I can't even speak right now.
It's okay. I'll try it. Where were we at? Navigating Noah, Sure Thing, Book 4 by Jacqueline Quinn, narrated by Kurt Graves. That was on the 1st. The next we had was
Never Have I Ever Had a Bromance with a Teammate. Never Have I Ever Book 3 by Willow Dixon, narrated by Cooper North and Kurt Graves.
Does that title seem from... that was on the 1st. And Willow, it's been a while. We haven't seen each other since GRL. Miss you. Have fun. And congratulations. Next, we had
Storm Clouds and Devastation, Hidden Affairs Book 2 by Ashley James, narrated by Teddy Hamilton and Liam DeCosmo. And you muted again, didn't you?
There. I can manually push the button if it fucks up. That's what I'm going to do in the future. I have it programmed to a button, but something weird is happening, so I'll just manually push it if I got a cough. Next, we had
Criminal Intentions, Season 1, Episode 11, Crescendo. Criminal Intentions, Book 11 by Cole McCade, narrated by Kurt Bonham. He's got another one coming up, too.
Yeah, Kurt's been a busy man.
This week.
Yeah, there we go. Next is
Where Nerves End, Trucker Springs, Book 1 by Ellie Witt, narrated by Nick J. Russo.
nice. That was on the 2nd. Then we had
Merman Kisses and Starving Incubi, Sweet Supernaturals Book 1 by Morgan Lysant, narrated by T.J. Clark.
that was on the 2nd. Next, we had
Puzzle for Two by Josh Lanyon, narrated by James Woodridge.
that was on the 2nd. Then we had I didn't even look at the cover, but I kind of know the cover.
Yeah, you kind of know the cover.
Ha! Look,
Lord
now he's in a
Nancy-
different pose. No, he's in a different pose. Look at that. He's in a different pose. I'll take that. Congratulations. Sorry.
And now he's in a field. Something. What
That's
is that?
great. I don't know. But they say knee high before the 4th of July. That was on the 2nd, and congratulations, Nick and Mary. Next, we had.
We had Iced Out, Leighton U, Book 1 by C.E. Rickey, narrated by Christian Fox and Liam DeCosmo.
That
Liam
on
was
the
a very
2nd.
busy man.
Yes, he was, man. Next, we had.
Ruger, Savage Kings MCs Virginia, Book 4 by Lane Hart and D.B. West, narrated by Stephen Bourne and Walker Williams.
That was on the 2nd. And finally, this is the last release we're going over today. Now, mind you, we got a show coming up on Thursday with a bunch more, but this is to get us caught up. Congratulations, by the way, and happy Extravaganza Day to you. We had.
Guardian Gabe, The Lonely Hero Series, Book 2 by Sam E. Kramer, narrated by Michael Ferriello.
And that was on the 2nd. Now, you have been building these up for a while, but I want to acknowledge that was a ton of books that came out. Good job. That's a lot to put together in this little thing here, so thank you for all your hard work. I hope that you folks enjoy some of those books. Now, for a closer look at something we're actually going to review here, Lissa listens to books constantly and reads them, and we're going to go over those that she listened to. Looks like they're all listened to, not read. Is that correct?
Right.
All right. The first one we have is
Life on Mars. This one was 3 bullets. Max and Leo are back with a new case with some old friends. We get to see the ATF crew and more Jarrett and Thane, my 2 favorite couples. My favorite couple, pretty much. And I've noticed this in her, in a lot of Patty's, like FBI, ATF. They're always eating. They're always going out to eat.
now you're talking about
It's
food,
like,
right? It's not like
yeah.
you just said they're eating
Well,
out.
they
I just
also
wanted to
have
make
a lot
sure.
of sex too. So,
I'm just making sure, yeah.
well, there's a lot of food and sex in her books.
Hmm. I get the impression that
And
Patty enjoys food and sex. I get that impression. I've spoken to her about this, and she did not deny it.
I don't think I was there for that conversation.
You should ask her about it sometime. But don't do both at once. Just go. How do you feel about sex, Patty? And then just shut up and listen. It's a good time. In fact, if you want to save money, you don't have to purchase Netflix that month. Please go ahead.
No. Well, I also tend to learn a lot from her books. I think this one was about government history. Last time it was I can't even say it.
Mhm.
Avalanches work.
Mhm. I remember her researching that.
Um,
That took a long time.
yeah. Patty did an amazing job with this book. I loved
Mhm.
it. I love the series. I love her whole universe of these characters. Michael Dean did a great job as well.
Mhm.
And I know she's working hard on the next book in the series, and I can't wait to read it.
Nice. Congratulations on listening to that. I don't know when it came out, but I'm pretty sure it's not too long ago. So that's normally what you
I
listen
don't
to.
remember when it came out either right now.
Yeah, not. It's all right.
It's been a while.
This will be linked in the description. Next, we had.
Can't help falling in love with an alien.
Excellent.
This one was a bullet breaker.
Hey-o!
Oh, I love that.
That took
River
took
and
so
Kai are-
ridiculously long to make, but it was so much fun. So thank you for letting me do that. That was so much fun. Go ahead, please.
Well, you've been talking about doing something like that for a long time now.
I had more ideas too, but that one, and it's silly, but yeah, here, I'm going to do this one more time just so everybody can see because I'm so proud of it. All right, this is Ego. Just give me a second. There. All right, now I've had my moment of pride. I can move on. Please tell me about this book because I want to read it too.
River and Kai are back with some more fun in book 2 of the Tentacular Tales series. Chloe does an amazing job with this. She does amazing work writing whatever she writes. I loved every moment of this. We got to hear some new characters, and Greg did wonderful things with his voice, especially with the two new characters, They were just so hilarious.
He's so good.
And the
And
sexy times were amazing.
Chloe too. Chloe, I've not read a Chloe book yet, but talking to Chloe, I want to read a Chloe book. That's just how she is. She's awesome.
You do kind of want, you should read this or listen to this
Yeah,
series.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
hilarious.
I got the impression this will be right up my alley. So, Bullet Breaker, that means that not only was it 5 stars good, but it also had a lot of hot and sexy times, I'm assuming. Is that correct?
I think there was a double penetration scene with
Oh
a
my goodness
te-
gracious! I have virgin
tentacle.
ears here. You know what you're. Um, there was
Yeah,
a
right.
tentacle in his ear. I'm going to move on to the next one, but I'm very excited about this one. And if anyone hasn't picked this up already, I don't know anyone in the MM community that I've spoken to in the last few weeks that hasn't checked this book out in either ebook or audio. It's really cool. So great job. Next we had.
Savior Complex, Kelly Fox, and Declan Winters. This was also a bullet breaker. You just love
I
that
mean,
little thing,
yeah,
don't
I
you?
kind of want them all to be bullet breakers now. Maybe I should make another one that says not bullet breaker. Anyways, sorry. Thank you very much.
Was that you
One,
yelling? Or was
yes,
that
it
somebody
was.
else?
That was me yelling approximately an hour ago. That's when I recorded that, about an hour and 20 minutes ago. I finally had the audio. I had all the video together and I didn't have audio. And I was like, bah! So I got it together. That I'm going to move on to. We've got this up on the screen, and everybody knows what this is too. Please tell us about it, and please tell us why it was a bullet breaker. And I promise I won't hit the button more than once.
It's book 3 of the Wild Heart series. And once again, Kelly did amazing things. Levy and Javier were extremely hot together. Declan doing Javier's voice was extremely hot as well. Um, the series has just been the whole series has been amazing. Um, um, book 4 came out on audio a couple days ago, I think. So I'll be going and getting into that one soon, and I can't wait to get into that one either.
Is this the one where he's kind of put? I don't know. Is it a Spanish accent? Is that what you would call that?
Yeah,
South American, and it's amazing. The voice he does for this is
yeah.
unreal good. It's really good. Great job. And Kelly, I love you to death. I would like to know what's in your box. The final one that you had for this week was.
This one was great. I gave this one 4 bullets. It's book 4 of the Sons of the Fallen series, and I did love it. It took me a minute. Took me not a minute, but a little while to get into it. I don't understand why, because he was my favorite character in the first 3 books, but I still loved it. It was just, I guess, a little different from the other first 3. So,
What was
but
different about it?
I don't know. Just something was. I couldn't put my finger on it even if I wanted to. But
Well, it's good to know. It's
um,
something
I
different.
loved it. That was
So
all.
it's a good heads
And
up.
Nick did a great job with it,
Of course he did.
and he does pretty noises.
Oh, goodness gracious. Someday we're going to have to talk more about the pretty noises, because what I would like to set up, and maybe on a show sometime, is for us to either listen to a pretty noise from a narrator and then you describe what it is, or I would also like for you to make the pretty noises, saying Nick does
No,
this
please, no,
noise.
nope,
One of those two things would, I
no,
think, be. I want to know you more.
no.
Can't I know about the pretty noises? Please teach me. Anyways,
You make them yourself.
I know, but sometimes they're involuntary, and to be honest, I think sometimes it's gas. I can't prove it wrong. Thank you so much for putting this together. You did a lot of work. You did a great job. And really, 40 books, all the audios and everything else, having to deal with people sent in these a couple weeks ago, and that's stressful too. Thank you, Lissa. You did great.
I have patience.
You have some patience, man. I've never seen it like you. You have patience like I've never seen in anyone else. I think I can say that with truth. We will be back on a regular Thursday 5 p.m. episode for the Ramblin' Gramblin' this week. Is that correct, Lissa?
Yes.
Excellent. Thank you all for hanging out. Have fun. I will see you on Thursday. Good luck. Peace out. And nanu nanu.